Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of Nerf Week. Today, I'm going to be giving you an exclusive review of the X-Shot Chaos Meteor and the X-Shot Chaos Orbit. I'm going to be going over some pros and cons of each blaster, and I'm going to be comparing them to some of their similar Nerf relatives. So, without further ado, let's get right into this video. First of all, I want to address something. If you're not subscribed, go ahead, click the subscribe button down below. Also, leave a like on this video if you want to see more videos like this. Today is the first day of Nerf Week. As I said, I'm going to be uploading 5 videos every day of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, just for you. And Friday will be a very special video that I think you guys will enjoy. So, let's get to reviewing these blasters. We're going to start with the smaller one, the Chaos Meteor. So, what this is this is one of X-Shot's newest blasters called the Chaos Meteor, and it's essentially similar to what we know as the rival line of blasters, similar to Nerf. Here's a rival Helios, the X-Shot's rival line of blasters. And how the Meteor works, let me grab a X-Shot round. You pull down the magazine like so, and you pop in 6 rounds just like so. Then you push the button on the side, the magazine spring loads itself, prime in the back, push it forward, and you can fire. And these things pack quite a punch. They hit pretty hard, averaging at about 90 feet per second, which is right at that rival par. What I love a lot about the Meteor is the fact that it does have an air restrictor, so whenever you dry fire, it does make it more quiet. Another thing I love about it is the fact that you can just pop in rounds straight from the bottom. So whenever you need to reload, you just pull down the magazine, pop in a round, and then you're ready to go again. That's what I love so much about the Meteor, and it just makes having that reliable pistol so easy, especially if you're using X-Shot blasters. Next, we have the bigger class shotgun kind of blaster in the X-Shot line, the Orbit. How this works, you take your finger and you take your finger and you slide back the magazine just like that. It'll click into place. You grab your red X-Shot rounds and you put them into the, and you put your X-Shot rounds into the blaster. Then you push the button on this side and the magazine will spring load itself. Then you prime underneath like that, push forward and fire. And you can do that 15 times. This thing holds 15 rounds, which is insane for this kind of blaster. So, it does have some pretty odd characteristics. First of all, there's no stock, kind of, so it's a little weird to shoulder because the stock is very, very small. It does have a sight on top, which I find very cool. Jam door on this side if you need to clear out any jams. There's a rail on top if you want to put an optic or a shield. I don't know if Nerf attachments work with these. I don't know. But what I love about this is that it's easy to prime underneath. And again, there's an air restrictor, so when you dry fire, it's not going to be extremely loud. And it gives me that shotgun feel, especially with the sight on top, because you can aim right down sights and you can shoot your opponent. And the Orbit just makes flinging foam that much more fun. One thing I would say is that it does have a very hard prime back, and so it may not kinder well to the younger kids, but for older kids like me, I'm 16 years old, so I'm a pretty average person that would play with these. It just gives it such a good feel. So that is my overall opinions on these two blasters. But now I'm going to go into some of the comparisons of Nerf blasters that we know, and which one would you choose? Because there's definitely pros and cons when you go to pick out certain ones. So I'm going to get into that. We're going to be comparing the Meteor to the rival Chronos. Now, I love the rival Chronos, and it has always been one of my all-time favorite Nerf blasters ever since it came out. You load in your rival rounds into the magazine at the top, and you shut it, and you can fire it just like that. What I like most about the Chronos is it just feels good to hold, and it feels like a proper rival pistol. With this, it feels like I'm holding some sort of like space-looking blaster, and it just gives me that fictional toy vibe, while this feels more realistic. And I honestly don't know which I like better, the fictional vibe or the real vibe. But into the statistics of it, the Meteor holds 6 rounds in the magazine, and you don't have to open the magazine. You just have to pull it down like this, and then send it back up. So it holds 6 rounds in here. The rival Chronos, you have to pull it back, open this, put in your rounds, shut it, close it before you can shoot again. And it only holds 5 rounds. So capacity-wise, the what do you call them? Yeah, capacity-wise, the Meteor wins that, just because it holds 6 more rounds. Both of these blasters feel great. This one holds more shots, but this one can take both rounds. If I'm going to pick one to use, I honestly would probably pick the Meteor, just because it holds more rounds and it's cross-compatible with both. I really like the Meteor, and I really enjoy like how it feels in my hand, and I love the fact that it feels like a toy. The Chronos, for me, it gives me that good Nerf feel because it feels so real, but it's like too, like, it feels realistic, and priming it back and loading them in is just too much of a hassle when you can just shove them into here without a problem. So that's where I stand between the Meteor and the Chronos. Now, however, I'm going to talk about the Orbit versus a blaster very similar to it, the rival Hypnos. Now, I uploaded a review on the rival Hypnos, and I ranted and raved about how much I loved it. Let me explain why I think the Orbit can possibly beat it. First of all, you see this right here? This is an external magazine that you have to hand load, put back into the blaster, and then you can use it. That, for me, is pretty killer, because you have to take open the magazine and put it back in and then prime it. I'm not one to carry a bunch of magazines. I love to just have ammo in my pocket and just put it in. Magazines, for me, are not my playstyle. That may be someone's playstyle. If you like to use magazines, go ahead. But for me, I love to just run around and just put balls in. That's how I run. That's why I run like stuff like the Meteor, because I can just put balls in as I'm firing. The Orbit has, of course, that internal magazine where you can just pull it back and shove them in and then get back into playing with it. But like I said, I'm going to see if I can get a good example out of it. The Orbit does not perform too well with the yellow rival rounds, and that's a big bummer for me. There we go. That was one of them. That was a very weak shot. That one was rather hard. That one dudded. You saw it. That one was a dud. That one was hard. So it's random. It's like a 50-50 shot of if you're going to get a good shot out of it. With the Hypnos, or like with any other rival blasters, you can use whatever kind of rival ball you want. If it's headshot ammo, X-shot ammo, dart zone ammo, because I got a few of the orange dart zone balls. It doesn't matter which one you use, they're going to be compatible in the Nerf blasters. If I'm going to pick one like to use in Nerf War, I would probably end up picking the Orbit, because in a hassle where it's, am I struggling to put in a magazine and like reload a magazine versus am I just struggling to choose between ammo? If I see ammo on the floor, I'm going to pick it up. Maybe I'll get 1 or 2 misfires. But to me, these blasters take the cake over the Hypnos and the Chronos. The X-Shot blasters really impressed me. The Ninja line that they sent me about a couple months ago, they really impressed me too. And so I'm very blown away by these X-Shot blasters. Thank you, X-Shot, of course, for sending me these. What's really cool is X-Shot sent me this beautiful box, and it has my name on it, and it's my own Orbit with my own name on it. There's the rounds, there's the gun, and it's just wonderful. I'm not going to open it probably. I'm probably just going to keep it like right here, like in the background, or like if I get a better display, I'll put it up somewhere. But that's awesome, so thank you, X-Shop, for sending me that. They also sent over, if I can go into one of my bins, I'm running out of storage for my Nerf guns. I have 199 Nerf guns. Yeah, I know. It's insane. Let me see. They also sent over these. They're golden versions. Dude, what the heck? They're golden versions of the Meteor. And there's also a golden version of the Orbit. So, is the safety on? Hello? What did I just do? Did I just break it? I fixed it though. But yeah, so they also sent me a shiny gold version of the Orbit. So that's awesome. Thank you so much to X-Shop for sending me their blasters to use and to try out. I really, really, really enjoy having them here. I rearranged my Nerf wall too, so if you can't tell, the Hyperfire wasn't always here and the Rough Cut wasn't always there. But yeah, so thank you for watching the video. If you did enjoy, please subscribe. Please hit the like button for more content. Nerf Week is coming. I would tell you what I have planned, but I don't want to give anything away. Just know that the last 2 videos, if I can get them done in time, which I'm pretty sure I will, they're going to be awesome. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye, my internet friends and family.